How options are available in your hand now and you are the only one who can choose. Welcome to the world of success. Iman Abdullah with you, and the idea of the channel, as you know, to raise our ideas to a new and more beautiful level. If you want to be in our world, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to receive all new things. So let's start. The two most important things are that everyone is well. The second is just get up and prepare for you a delicious cup of coffee or the drink you like, and come with me. Well, this will be the last episode of this series, and it's very important, so please, my dear, listen carefully, because at the end of this video you have to decide if you want to be from the middle class for the rest of your life or very rich for the rest of your life. There is a reel on Instagram in which a billionaire father was teaching his daughter some simple concepts about money. The reel is approximately 5 to 6 minutes long, but one of the information he told his daughter: if your property is cash, money in the bank, then its value will either decrease with time or you will pay it in taxes, obligations, and expenses. In the sense that if your possessions are money in your hand, then you are exposed to lose it, and you don't feel about this. But imagine if your possessions were a big house, for example, how it would lose from you. Cash money can be drained and stolen, but fixed real estate is impossible to burst and impossible to steal. This is actually very true, my dear. In the end, I tell you, evade excessive obligations in a smart way, such as taxes and expenses. Let's give an example to understand. You want to open a store, okay? I'll ask you now. Why do you open a store and pay construction costs for it, bring workers to pay salaries, pay electricity, water, and expenses, and the possibility is very high that you will also pay tax for this store? Why do you do all this when you can open Instagram? You only get a license to practice on it, and there are no workers, maintenance, or rent also. And you start selling your goods without any of these obligations and these taxes. Think about it. Because we are now in the 21st century, if you don't take advantage of the opportunity, it will be lost for you. Literally, we now have something in our hands, and it was not in dreams that this opportunity existed in opening an online store. Well, my dear, as I said at the beginning of the video, the choices are available in your hands now, between being an average person and possibly poor, or being a rich person. And we all know that life is not fair, and life always gives us two paths, either a very easy path or a path full of pitfalls, difficulties, continuing education, fatigue, failure, and continuity. A tiring road in the full sense of the word, a road in which you sacrifice, a road in which there is no pleasure and comfort. And my dear, this is the way to get rich. As for the easy way, which they work 8 hours, after work they go play and enjoy themselves. At the end of the week they go to the cinema. Every year they're going to travel. So this path will never lead you to wealth. Rather, this path after a period of time will be entrapped with debts and loans. And if you want to travel to have fun, you will start counting every dollar that will come out of your pocket. And the worst thing is, at the end of your life, as I said in a previous video of mine, your children come after your death, no heirs to take, no property, but debts and loans. So you gave a tiring path for your children who have to pay this money, or you can say excreta. But the rich man is the exact opposite. He chose the difficult path. He chose to commit development, education, improvement, and obstacles. But after a period of time, these obstacles will pave the way for him, and this fatigue he will not feel, because, for example, if he want to travel, he will not think about money and costs, and he will go out, have fun at the time he wants. You can say, to have lunch in America, then travel to take dinner in Paris. And you know why? because he lived on his assets now, for which he worked hard and fought. At the beginning of the road, he didn't go to play and evade responsibilities. At the beginning of his path, he used to work at night, stay up late, wake up early, and hear words full of frustration and pain from people who are on the easy path that he wouldn't be able to, and why he's not like the rest of the herd. But as we know, after fatigue comes rest. He will live a decent life, and his family will live a decent life even after his death. And you know the most important thing? He wakes up happy and relaxed for two very important reasons. First, because he is the manager of himself. Second, because he doesn't care about the words of a manager who's stronger than him. So he doesn't care about his promotion or punishment. Because he's the one who determines the amount of money for him, and he's the one who determines the amount of promotion that he deserves to take. In the end, if you want to become rich, you have to choose the hard path, the path of commitment. You only see the last chapter of the story, and people actually only see the beautiful side, and they start saying that this person was born with a golden spoon in his mouth. But unfortunately, of course, they didn't see the amount of frustration, resentment, failure, obstacles, continuity, and fatigue. Despite all this, they always see the top of the beautiful mountain, but they never even see the length of this mountain and how the road was. And the most important thing, my dear, if you want and decide to be a rich person, then you mustn't work for the sake of money, but the money works for you. You are supposed to think about how to build assets and projects that work for you. My dear friend, I also want to tell you that you have to be what you look like, and don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. If you remain awkward and fearful, believe me, my dear, you will never take a step forward, and I'm not saying only towards wealth, but in your whole life. Dear friend, we've reached to the end of our video. I hope, my dear, that you have benefited from this series, and if you want to learn more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. If you like this episode, feel free to put a like. Don't skip, dear friend, on sharing this information, and on Instagram, I'm posting a short and motivating dose. Don't forget to follow me there. Thanks for your valuable time. See you in a new and better version.